more from our next guest. He is one of the panelists today representing U.S. copyright industries, and joining us from Washington, D.C., we have Michael Schlesinger, counsel to the International Intellectual Property Alliance. Michael, good to have you with us. What did you say to the council?
Great to be with you, Susan. Yes, all we had to report was that the problems of copyright piracy, restrictions on the ability to access the market in China, and lax enforcement all call into question China's WTO obligations.
And what about improvements in this area, Michael? I mean, some have said that basically on the software side, piracy has been decreasing over time. But so you tell me, how's the progress so far?
Well, there has been some progress over the past 10 years, but we're still looking at 79% piracy level, and the value of unlicensed software used in China today is roughly at $7.6 billion. 3.4 billion of that is a direct hit to the U.S. economy. So while the situation may have improved over time, we're certainly looking at a very difficult situation. The music industry similarly faces issues. $2 billion is the legitimate value of that market, but the U.S. record industry is only enjoying about $100 million of that.
Okay, so we're looking at the music industry, and it looks like software are two of the hardest hit sectors in terms of piracy in China. What about DVDs and movies and books? I mean, for a while, you could turn to every corner really in Beijing and the capital and find some of these fake movie DVDs on sale.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, Susan. And the fact is that the motion picture industry would like nothing better to be able to enter the Chinese market. There have been some co-productions, but the fact is that the Chinese market has remained relatively closed to the motion picture industry, the game industry, book publishers. And for that reason, several of the industries got together several years ago and brought a case to Geneva before Geneva regarding WTO violations, and actually largely prevailed in those cases.
Okay, well, these hearings, Michael, were to basically see if China has been fulfilling its obligations since joining the WTO. How about in the piracy respect, Michael? Has China been living up to its promises?
Well, there are some cases from time to time in the civil area and also in the criminal area, but by and large, there's very little deterrence in the market. That, coupled with the inability to actually enter the market, the inability to actually distribute movies in China, to sell game consoles in China, to bring books and distribute them in China, it's really hampered the ability of the copyright industries to flourish there.
Okay, Michael, nice talking to you. Thanks for that. Michael Schlesinger of the International Intellectual Property Alliance. So we've been